Hello, I'm Nick Marazita, and I'm one of the founders of the iNSTA-Pro group. We're the makers of the Golf Swing Analyzer. I wanted to share with you today a really quick tour of the Golf Swing Analyzer and their key features. So let's go ahead and get started. This page is the very first page that'll come up once you join us, and we call this the launcher page, and it's basically the navigation around the app. We'll have other places that we can talk about it, but right now I'd like to focus on the video so I can show you the key features, the heart of the iNSTA-Pro Golf Swing Analyzer. Now, this page is the swing page. This is where the video page where you'll keep all of your videos. You can sort them by the date. You could even sort them by the golfer. You can sort them by the club that you're swinging with. So it gives you a chance to take a look at and be able to find your videos again later when they start going crazy. So let's take a look at the very first video. We'll take a look at this one. And this is a new golfer. He's only been golfing for less than a year. And I hate to say this, but he's already a 7 handicap. I know him quite well. Anyway, right here, you take a look at the two bars at the top. You got the draw, the dual view, the orient, text, and a microphone up at the top. And down at the bottom, you got the action bar for taking a look at the slow motion. So if you tap right there, that's the slow motion. That's where we can get the repeat on the video. If we hit the back button 3 times, we can go slow, slower, and slowest, and we can keep it playing like that. And you can just look at it in slow motion alone. And we're really proud of this. We take it and we look at it 1/30th of a frame, literally 30 pictures. So you can stop that. So if you stop this, you also have the scroll bar over here on the right-hand side, where you can get it exactly where you want it. If you want to advance by a frame, you can advance by a frame at a time just by tapping on the forward. You can back up 1 frame at a time. And we think this is one of the strongest parts of the iNSTA-Pro Golf Swing Analyzer. So now let's get him at his key position where he's starting. You'll see the plus sign down at the bottom underneath the scroll bar. That's for key position. So I'm going to freeze that so I can always get back to where he starts. Let's go down to where he cocks his wrist in the backswing. Hit the plus again. So we got P1, P2. Now let's go all the way back to his swing where he is. Hit a plus, and there's the plus 3. So now if we want to get back to where he originally started, I hit plus P1. If I hit P2, you can see where he breaks his wrists, where he starts to bring it back. And then P3 is the culmination of his backswing. So now let's bring it up to where he hits the ball. Make that P4, and then we'll go through and we'll do his follow through. We'll make that P5. So now, again, we swing it, we're trying to review, we're going to see and say, okay, well, let's get him back at the start. He starts a swing, does it. Now, of course, you could scroll back, but this is in memory so that you can actually take a look at it. And it's even more important because then you can start to draw. So this is the slow motion and a lot of the things that we can do. Now, there's one other part. Let's go back to the very beginning. You'll see the 107 right above the scroll bar. If you tap directly on that, that's the timer. So if you want to know how long it is to go to his backswing, which was P3, you'll see it keeps the ghost of where he started, and it'll tell you how long it goes back. Now it's 110 to go from there. If I tap on this again, tap on P3, and then I tap there, and I want to know how long it takes for it until he hits the ball, all right, it was 1/30th of a second. All right. So anyway, so we can move it through. You can play it. You can see the different motions. It's a good way to see the hand, see where you started. Now, I have to admit the video here was a little bit shaky. We didn't put it on a tripod, so the movement of his head is probably more in the camera than in him alone. So anyway, let's eliminate all that. We'll just tap on it. That eliminates it. Do that. So now down at the bottom, we have the action button. The action button lets you record, email, ask a pro, share, thumb, and export. Recording is exactly what it sounds like. You can record from any point when you're doing videos, when you're building, when you're working, and it's a key feature so that you can do it from anywhere. Emailing is if you want to send your swing, you just tap on email. It allows you to send the swing to the applicant. If they have the iPhone on their, if you send it to their iPhone and they pick it up, they can look at it on their iPhone. Otherwise, it just goes right to their desktop. We'll delete that draft. We'll go back to action. We then got a share where you can share it up on the Insta Club area, which is a community of golfers, and looking at each other's swings and helping each other out. The thumbnail is where I can actually take a picture. I just made this video the new thumbnail, so if I drop out, you'll see that that's what the thumbnail looks like right now. So then if I go back to the action bar, and then export allows you to export the video to the camera roll, and that'll be very important because a lot of people have requested that so that they can post their swings up at forums without the link, because a lot of forums don't allow them to do links, and it also is the raw video, so you hear the noise and all of that. Now, you've seen the slow motion. Now you've seen the action bar down at the bottom. The other part is the info, which it allows you to put in the info. So if I want to put in the Craig, that's the golfer. The course, he's just he's on the driving range. The club right now, I know this because I was with him when he did it. It's a 7-iron. His strength was full swing, and his result was straight and a very nice hit. So that way it does that. But that becomes important so that if we want to go back here to sorting, we can actually go to the course, and it'll say how many people are on the driving range. Okay, because we're not on the course, too many of these. Oops. So that brings me back to the other action here. You have the iNSTA-Pro feature. Now this swing has been sent to the iNSTA-Pro and has had a review. So, and you'll see when you tap on the action, it has a mine and a pro. So it shows what you sent him, and it shows what the pro looks like and the feedback that they gave up here. Now you won't be able to hear it over the internet, over the connection, so I won't bother doing it, but it allows you, the pro, to send back to you what I want you to work on and gives you some audio or text notations. So let's finish that. Let's go back to the original one that we were working with. Now, if I want to draw on this drawing, I just pick a drawing, and we decide we want to use a grid. We're going to do a grid. We're going to do a background here, change the color. Now you can see him within the grid. And also, you have to tap one of the corners. Tap on it, we lock it. So now we can move, and we can see how he is moving within the grid, so the squares. See how he's moving along it. But with the draw features, there's all sorts. There's a circle, a straight line with a circle. So like this one, if we wanted to put it over his head, simply to see how he's moving, and place it there. And so there's all sorts of tools. Use your imagination on how best to use it. And so I'm going to get rid of all of these. I'm going to turn them off, and lock it, and delete it. So that's the drawing tools. And again, we'll have more of that in our dual view. I'm sorry, in our review. Orient is a key feature. A lot of times the professionals like to take a look at what the swing looks from a left-handed side and a right-handed side. And so it's pretty wild to be able to do this. And you can take a look at it that way. You can do it both ways. You can turn it upside down if you want. You can even lay it on its side if you wanted to look at it in a different view. Okay, so that's the Orient, a new feature that we've just done. And then, aside from the slow motion, well, I'm sorry, I should show you with the recording. You have the microphone up at the top as well. You tap on microphone, and it allows you to record information about the swing. So if you wanted to do a note, you just tap on record and say, okay, now this is a good swing, Craig, using you for a tutorial. You would stop it, and it'll play it back for you. You just tap on play. Now, I'm hearing it on my iPhone. Doubt that you're hearing it on the screen, but it's playing it back, and you would have all that type of information. So let's stop that off. And then once there's a recording, you'll notice it changed from microphone to a speaker, so you can listen to it. You can also do text annotations. So you can leave a note to yourself or to the pro when you send it to them. Tap done when you're done doing it. So then the last portion of what I'd like to show, the key features, is the dual view. Dual view allows you to take a swing, let's say of two different golfers, put them side by side, and you can take a look at it. So let's see if we can get this. If you want to compare them. So you get them to the same start spot, then you lock them into place, and you can then start swinging them and see what they're doing. Now the one on the left is quieter. Now I have to admit, for those of you that are wondering about it, that one on the right hand side is actually of me golfing 16 years ago when I was taking a video with my 8mm video camera, and I was able to take that clip and import it in through the C-roll directly to the iNSTA-Pro. So you can tell by my swing that there's a good reason why I never got below a 13 handicap. Anyway, that's the dual view. That's the key features of the Golf Swing Analyzer. Hope this was of help to you. And if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact us, and we'll be sure to explain anything more that you would like to know. Anyway, we thank you as the iNSTA-Pro group is trying to bring affordable, user-friendly, and portable video analysis to the athlete. Thank you.